Hi everyone, welcome. Today we have Shoshi with us today, and she is from Dream Doctors.
Yeah, hello. So yeah, my name is Shoshi, but actually my clown name is Dr. Harta. Dr. Harta means kind of Dr. Nonsense, something like that. And I'm a clown, a medical clown, a hospital clown. I work in two hospitals in the north of Israel. I live on the Golan Heights. I have three beautiful daughters. One, beautiful husband as well. Three daughters, one husband. Very good. And I'm part of the Dream Doctors project of professional medical clowns in Israel. I love my job. It's the best job in the world for me. I have a lot of fun every day. I laugh so much every day. Yeah, there's much more to say, but that's to begin with.
Awesome. All right, let's hop right into the first question. How has COVID impacted your personal life, and then how has your life changed as a result of the pandemic?
My personal life. So I was really busy before COVID, except for hospital work. I do children's shows, and as a clown, I do children's shows, and I also lecture and I teach and simulations. So all of that has stopped right now. So I'm not as busy as I was at work. So I have much more time to think. That's weird. No, yeah, I think, yeah. I have more time to plan, to think, to write ideas, write thoughts, just write a lot. And I think it made me appreciate more things that I always appreciated, but now even more, like family time and enjoying my very, very close, like nearby environment. I live on the Golan Heights, so it's really beautiful outside now, even more. And I think it's gradually kind of getting to me. Like, I had enough of this corona, like this pandemic. For about a year now, we've been treating this pandemic with a lot of honor, a lot of respect. But that's it. Time to move on, Corona. We had enough. So that's what I feel. Yeah. It affected my life in hospital a lot, but maybe we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Amazing. Sean, you want to ask the next question?
Yeah, sure. So what would you say is kind of like the single most helpful thing that really helped you either get through the pandemic or just kind of make it? Because it seems like, right now, especially as a doctor being in the hospital environment, you have to deal a lot with COVID patients and things like that. So and like you just mentioned, it's kind of getting to that point where it's okay, enough. So what would you say has been that one thing that really has helped you?
So I would say that one thing that really helped me is that I'm a clown. I'm not a doctor. You said I'm a doctor? I'm a clown. So my hospital name is Dr. Harta, which means Dr. Nonsense. I'm a clown. I'm come from clowning, from acting, from theater. I'm not a doctor. So I think that's a big difference. And I think what really helps me is my red nose, because my state of mind when I'm in hospital is a state of mind of a clown. So in a clown's eyes, everything like, wow, amazing, whoa, great news, whoa, let's have fun, woo, great. And then, yeah, we can be sad sometimes, we listen a lot, but we're always very, very curious. We want to meet the other person and really get to know them. And so the clown, the red nose, my role in hospital, that's what really helped me get through this. And I think my nature as well, like I didn't become a clown because like I became a clown because this is who I am. The way experience life and look at things, always looking for what's funny, what is working, what is good, what can help me. Like, it's not like very philosophical to look at the like positive way of life. Yeah, maybe that's also, but I love to laugh, and I always find really good reasons to laugh, especially with my red nose. And I can make as many mistakes, and every mistake makes my clown even better, funnier.
Amazing.
And
Nice. Okay.
do you think your
Hmm.
patients also, or people that you're interacting with, like they appreciate the red nose? Is that kind of what really sticks out to them?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. They also tell me that it's like, ooh, suddenly this breeze came through, and life and happiness, and yeah, they do appreciate. They wait for me, and I see in their eyes, they're like, like suddenly they become like very curious, like kids, like they look sitting like this, getting their maybe chemotherapy or treatment or whatever, or dialysis, and it's really difficult. And then when I come in, like, eyes open, and they want to get naughty, they want to get silly, they want to laugh, they want to feel good about themselves, feel alive, not feel like patients, feel like people, like healthy people who have a sickness maybe, but they're not patients, they're not the sickness, they are people. So they want to feel people again.
Wow. And so what inspired you to join Dream Doctors?
So this is really getting very serious questions. So I think I'm going to take my red nose off so I can answer you very seriously. Although with my red nose, I'm also very serious. But anyway, so ta-da! Ooh, okay. So what inspired me to join Dream Doctors? Was that the question?
Yes.
Um, I've been a clown since I was born. So say my parents. I don't remember, of course, but this is who I am. Like, I know, I understand reality. I see reality as it is. Everything's working. Everything's okay. But I like to play with reality. Like, okay, this is reality. So let's see what happens if we pour some water on it. Or what happens if we turn it over or tickle it? Or let's play with reality. Like, reality has so many ways of looking at it, feeling it, experiencing it. The same reality. Each of us can see it in a different way, and this is reality. So I've always liked to play with reality, like since I was a really young child, and then as I grew up, I became a clown. I studied clowning and street theater for 4 years. There was like a school in Israel, and after that was after I finished my army service. And then I was clowning all the time, like at parties, schools, municipalities. I was lecturing and teaching and juggling, unicycling, torches, stilts, whatever, a bit like circus clowning. And at the same time, my father is a doctor and my mother is a speech therapist. So treatment, therapy, patience was part of my life always. And I also replaced my father's secretary, receptionist for quite a few years. So over there I learned. At the same time, I was a secretary in the morning, and then in the afternoons, evening, weekends, clowning. But I am who I am. Like, I'm always, my mind is the same mind with or without the red nose. Like, the red nose makes it easier for other people to be okay with how I behave. Yes. I mean, when I
Do you
behave like
feel
a clown without a red nose, it could be a bit weird, but that's okay. So with your question, so I was learning how to like put in some clowning with patients in the clinic, patients, people who were suffering, who were in pain, who were angry, who were anxious, and just a bit of humor and a bit of clowning and a bit of looking at reality, playing with it, it really helped them. And I was without my red nose. I was just like a secretary. And then when I started clowning a bit before Dream Doctors began, and then when Dream Doctors started, that was like that was the thing to do, natural thing to do.
Nice.
And how did you find out about Dream Doctors?
Well, actually, I told you I started working in the hospital before I was a medical clown, before Dream Doctors. And the head of the Mankal, how do you say that? The head, of Dream Doctors at that time was Yaakov Shriki. And he saw me working in Tel HaShomer, which is one of the biggest hospitals in Israel. He saw me, he was like following me for a few months of work there. One of his children was apparently hospitalized, something through the army or something, I'm not sure, but he was there for a few months, and he saw me working, and he approached me and offered me a job in the Dream Doctors.
And did the organization already start at that point, or were you kind of one of the first to be hired in it?
It had already started, but it was really, really the beginning. Like it was really the beginning. So maybe in the first year or so, something like that.
And if you just want to talk a little bit more about the programs that you're part of, or just what you actually really do as a part of Dream Doctors, beyond interacting with the patients in the hospitals and things like that.
What do you mean programs?
So is there there's the work in communities, during the times of emergencies, community projects, research academia, those sorts of programs.
Okay, so as a Dream Doctor, we have there's a variety of things we do. The main thing that I do as a Dream Doctor is I work in hospital. So I work in 2 hospitals, as I said before, in Ziv Hospital, Ziv Medical Center, which is in Tzfat, and in Poria Medical Center, which is near Tiberias, both in the north of Israel. And I work for sometimes 5 days a week, 5 mornings. We, as Dream Doctors, we always work in the morning, or maybe mainly work in the morning, because in the morning is when all the procedures, the planned procedures and surgery, and the head doctor and nurse, they're always there in the morning. In the afternoon, it's only emergency things, sometimes nothing. So we are there when the head of the department is there and the head nurse is there. We are with them together. We are really part of the medical teams. So we are there when it's the time of medicine. So that's the mornings. So that's our main job as Dream Doctors, is in the hospitals. We work in different departments, starting like in IVF, a neonatal intensive care unit, emergency room for children, for adults, in pediatric departments, outpatient clinics. I work with sexually abused children and teenagers, dialysis, oncology with adults, not only children, gastro, many, many departments. That's in hospital. And I was also part of, I went on a delegation to Haiti. No, not Haiti. There were a lot of people from Haiti there, but it was the Bahamas. I don't remember where I was already. In the Bahamas, I went to the Bahamas. You should edit this part. I went to the Bahamas. There were a lot of people from Haiti in the Bahamas. After there was this big storm. So we went to the refugees, or maybe people who were living in huge tents, like a few hundred people in tents, living there for a few months, lost their family, lost their property, lost everything with the storm, were taken from one island that was completely destroyed where they lived to the next island, which somehow survived. And so we were flown over there we flew over there to help them, be with them, teach them a little bit. Another thing that I do as a dream doctor is that I teach in the medical school, like this, the university where they teach medicine. So it's once a year. We have like 2 days where we teach, and we have workshops with the doctor students who are studying to be doctors. So we teach them about medical clowning, what it is, and we teach them in the workshop a little bit, not to be clowns. They are doctors, we are clowns. We each have our role, but how to use a little bit of clown communication with the patients. Like if there's an obstacle, you don't have to really get your way through. You could just whoop, go around it, and okay, here I am. Like how to play with communication. Can
you tell us a little bit about what you actually teach in those workshops?
So in the workshops, as I said, first we talk about and we tell them about medical clowning, what we do in hospital. We tell them about our work, our daily work, our state of mind a little bit, and like we are clowns, we are hospital clowns, we are clowns at the service of medicine. So whatever medicine needs from us, that's what we'll do. So sometimes it's the patients who need us, sometimes it's the parents of the patients or the accompaniers of the patients, and sometimes it's the doctors who need us. Depends what needs to be done. We are there for them. We are not there to interfere. We are not there to like, oh, this is out. We are on stage and we want applause and we want everyone to look at us. No, we are not the center. The patient is the center. So everything is like, wow, you're amazing. Everything is like the patient. He is, for us, he is the hero. So, and we also work with the doctors. Sometimes we laugh a lot. Most of the jokes are on us, the clowns, which is excellent and fine for us. Sometimes, if needed, the jokes will be on the doctor or on the nurse. But it's part, like we work together as a team. We have one goal, and we each do our role on the way to get the same goal, to make the patient healthy, better, help them. So we will not suddenly frighten the doctor or do something bad to the doctor. We don't do that. Like we let the doctor know, or we'll plan it together. Or if something happens, the doctor knows that we are doing this for the benefit of the patient. So we talk about that to them, because they don't like clowns. What am I going to do with clowns? And I've got so much on my head. I don't need the clowns. And like in the ER, when we started going there, so some of the doctors and nurses said, there's so much going on. There's so much tension and so much chaos going on. All we need is like, last thing we need here is clowns. That's even more chaos. And then when we started working in the ER, they suddenly realized that the parents and the children and the patients, when we were there, they suddenly relaxed. There was much less chaos because they had something to do, because they had someone to talk to, because they started laughing, because they were in a better mood, because sometimes we do really stupid things and we say really stupid things and we get the looks. I know that look. I love that look. Not all the people love it, but as a clown, that's the best look I can get. They look at me and I see that what they think. They think to themselves like, that clown, he's in a much worse condition than I am. Or she is in a much worse condition than I am. Like maybe the hospital will help my problem, but her problem, it's in here. She's in a much worse condition. So immediately they feel better. Okay, so we teach that to the doctors. And in the workshop, what we do is we tell them like we take a scene out of the hospital, like a teenager came in, hurt her leg, like she had this, it's just one of the stories. She had a big party at the end of school, end of the school year, and she was, they put on a show for the whole school and the parents and families, and she was the main dancer, and she ran onto stage and she like leaped into there and landed on her leg, and that was the end of that. She twisted her ankle and that was it. Like great embarrassment. And now she's in hospital with her mother or with her father or with both of them. And let's say with one of the parents, and there's nothing happened actually. She just sprained an ankle. It's not broken. It just hurts her. She actually needs to start walking on it and get up and move. But because of this great embarrassment, she doesn't want to know that it's just hurt a little bit and it's not broken or like something serious. This is just a story, like a simulation that we tell them. So we ask sometimes, like if we do clowns, so I'll be, let's say, the teenager, and we'll ask one of the students to be the parent. There'll be a clown, one of us will be the clown, and we ask another student to be the doctor. So it's really funny. It always happens. Like we have this group of medical students, and we ask, okay, so who wants to be a doctor? And no one picks up their hand. And we say, guys, if you don't want to be doctors, you're in the wrong room. This is a medical school. Get out quickly. So yeah, so one of them is the doctor, and we actually teach them how to work together with us. It's not that they have their time of doing whatever they're doing, and now it's my time doing whatever I'm doing. No, we work together at the same time. There's a patient, and we work together. And sometimes the doctors can get information from what happens between me and the patient with our interaction. They can get information. Like I can ask, if it's a dancer, I can ask her to teach me some steps, or I can really admire the way she can get to a point or flex or whatever, or put like nail polish and, oh, can you show me your foot? I can't see. Can you do that a little bit? Like I know what the doctor needs to be done. So I'll try and put nail polish, and then I won't get there and I'll say, oh, like my back, whatever. Can you put your foot a little bit like this so I can get to it? And then, yeah, she'll put her foot like that. But when the doctor asked to do that, she said, oh, no, I can't do that. Oh. But now, whoop, yeah, no problem. And then the doctor sees this happening. So he can actually use us as one of the, as a tool, like he can use us. We are there to help. So that's what we teach them in the workshops, how to understand our role and work together and how we can be helpful for them.
And do all medical students in Israel get this exposure, or is this only with the schools that you attend and do the workshops with?
Well, and not all medical schools, but quite a few. Not all, but yeah, it's getting more and more.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and also the nursing schools also. Also not all of them, but some of them. Hopefully it will be all of them, but yeah. Because we're going to work together. So I think it's the best time when you are a student to learn about it. And then when you come on your seventh year of studying, then you are in hospital, practice year. So we are there together. Hopefully all the medical and nursing students will get this lectures and workshops, but it takes time. So we are happy with what we have right now, but we are a few clowns who teach in different places in Israel, in different schools.
And is this only in Israel, or do other countries have medical clowning as well?
Other countries have medical clowning, of course. It's not only in Israel. I think Israel was... Israel, because Israelis have this chutzpah, you know, chutzpah? Sharon, you know that? Yeah? So it started with Yaakov Shviki, with our first boss, let's say. that they insisted that we are part of the medical team, and we are there in the mornings when everything happens, when the major planned things happen, when the doctor's rounds happen. It's in the morning, and we are there, and we are part of the team, and we work together. This was their agenda from the beginning. In hospitals overseas, they have more like of this status respect, like differences, and like when the doctors are there, then the clowns are not there. You wouldn't see, now it's changing, but you wouldn't see clowns together with the doctors in the doctor's rounds. You wouldn't see that. Like there was doctor's rounds. When they leave, then the clowns will come in. And so they didn't actually work together.
How long have they been working together?
In other countries, you mean?
Or here?
Here, from the beginning. Dream doctors from the beginning. This was the thing. We are part of the medical team. We work together with them. So I think it's because of the chutzpah of the Israelis that, yeah, of course I'm a clown. I'm going to work with the doctor, with the head of the department. And I walk into the manager, the head of the hospital, and I'll joke around with him. I told him once that I walked in and I said that, there's something wrong with you have to get up. There's something wrong with the chair. Like one of the wheels is broken. Wow, you have to get up quickly. And he got up and I sat on his chair and said, ooh, okay, it's quite nice here. So, yeah, so that's Israeli chutzpah. But I had a great time. He had a good laugh. And I said, yeah, if you need me to do anything, just let me know. He said, you know what? I think I might do that. I think I have a few things I really don't want to do. I think I might pass them over to you to do. So from the beginning, we were really part of the team, and the hospitals learned from the beginning that this is what we do. This is our job. In Europe and in the USA, it's not as developed as in Europe and Israel. But in Europe, there were medical clowns, hospital clowns, even before dream doctors. But they weren't working together with the teams. And then when dream doctors started, so we had this international, what is it called? International conference. And there were lectures and workshops, and we were telling about our work, and other people were telling about their work. And they said, wow, it's like we are missing out. They said, that's what they said to us. We are missing out on so much of hospital clowning when we're not working together with the teams. It's like, wow, this is the work. It's not just coming and being happy and making everyone happy and that's it. No, it's hospital work. So, and then things started to change in Europe. It's been like the last few years.
Wow.
Okay. How do you think dream doctors and working as a medical clown has helped the Israeli community?
Big question.
Yeah, you were asking earlier about Dream Doctors program, so I wanted to say a bit about that also. There's another program with the army, like with the reserve army. Now there is a post of a clown, 2 clowns in the reserve army, and they are called to the army when the army field hospital is called to go to another country to help with an earthquake or a hurricane or tsunami or whatever. So Israel sends the field hospital, an army field hospital, and there are 2 clowns in the team. They are part of the team. So they are called to reserve army, and they are part of the army. So that is great. And we also had a few days of every hospital has soldiers who work in the hospital. They are soldiers. They work in the hospital, and their role is to communicate with sick or wounded soldiers in the hospital. or soldiers who need help from the hospital, outpatient, or whatever. So it's their role. But if there's, God forbid, a war or something really with a lot of wounded, the army needs to give a lot of help there. So the clowns, we are posted with those soldiers in hospital. So we had a few days of learning what to do and how to do. And thank God it didn't need us yet, but but it's there. And there's also a program for that clowns go to where if there's a war like in the south, where there were a lot of missiles in Gaza, near Gaza. So when the children had to stay at home or had to go like underground shelters, so the clowns would go there and be with them in the shelters and help them there. What else? Oh, there were also clowns who taught civilians, adults in near Gaza Strip, how to build resilience and how to cope with the situation and how to play with the children and play with the situation. So yeah, I think that's it. And now you asked me how it changed the world. No, you didn't ask me that. What did you ask me?
I wanted to ask how many
yeah.
How many medical or dream doctors are there in Israel?
We're just over 100, so about 105 and 10, something like that. Not enough. That's what we are in Israel.
Where do you see dream doctors? Where do you see
Sorry?
dream doctors going to next? Like what do you think is their next big goal?
Of dream doctors?
Yeah.
I think the next goal, I think there are a few goals. I think one of them that dream doctors should be, because we are part of the medical team, there should be a clown in hospital 24/7. Not only weekdays, mornings, but all the time. Or at least there should be a clown on call. Like there's always a nurse there, always a doctor there, always someone who cleans, they're always there. The clown should also be there. There's not always a social worker in hospital, but there's always a social worker on call. So I think we should be there all the time. There are some hospitals that the clowns, we also worked in Ziv for a while, in the ER, in the evenings, because there are a lot of things going on there in the evenings when all the clinics are closed during the day, the community clinics. So people, if they are wounded or something happens, they go more to hospital. And we were there, and there was a lot to do. So I think that's the next goal. I think another goal is to be officially recognized by the Minister of Health. And then we will be like hospital workers, state workers. Does that make sense to you? Do you know that?
So like hospital employees, because right now you're
hospital employees, and it's called state employees because
right in Israel.
If it's a state, so I think that that would be another goal. So we won't be so dependent on people donating to the dream doctors or to the hospitals that we work in. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure it will be best for the clowns because we love our freedom. But I think, especially now in this COVID time, donations are really not easy. So I think if the Minister of Health decides that there must be a clown there all the time, then like they say I'm just saying numbers, I'm not sure, like for every 20 patients, we need 2 doctors and 5 nurses, let's say. So whatever happens, this is what happens in hospital. You'll have 2 doctors and 5 nurses for every 20 people, because this is how it is. This is how the Minister of Health said, this is what you need. So this is what's going to happen. So I want them to say, for every 20 people, you need 1 clown or 2 clowns.
Mm-hmm. So really kind of integrating the clowns into the hospital system, because right now it seems more like there's Dream Doctor organization. They're the ones that are kind of sending the clowns to the different hospitals, but they're not really like a part of the hospital system yet.
So it's kind of like halfway game, kind of. Yeah, we are really part of the hospital team. We really work together. We are part of Dream Doctors. We get like seminars, we get lessons, whatever. We get support from the Dream Doctors. But we are independent workers. We are not hospital employees or state employees. We are independent workers. And the hospital does not get a budget for the clowns from the Ministry of Health.
Yeah.
So I think that makes a difference. We are really part of the hospital, but not officially.
Now, what's a little bit of just a fun question. What's your favorite thing about being a medical clown?
Oh, wow. My favorite thing is to laugh. My favorite thing is to, I have many favorite things. Sorry about that. My favorite thing is to come into a room and I don't know what to expect that's going to happen and just be really relaxed and let myself just go with the flow, and whatever happens, happens, and meet so many amazing people and learn so much all the time, and just be able to really make mistakes and laugh at myself so much, just be happy and get to know people. I see people in the hospital who are really suffering and really going through difficult stages, and they're laughing with me, and they're telling me stories, and wow, it's amazing. It's like seeing a movie of National Geographic when you see a flower which is closed, and then fast forward, oh, it's open. This is what happens. Like they're sitting like this, and when we come in and say hello, do something stupid, and pew, there they are. It's so amazing, and people like really open their hearts to us, and we open our hearts as well. So yeah, it's just great. I never know what to expect, and always hope for the best, of course. And I just enjoy it so much. It's so healing.
And what about during COVID? Like, do people react the same way? What kind of experiences are you having now with, COVID-19?
Yeah, with the COVID, like there are two main things in COVID. One of them is working in the COVID department where people are sick with COVID, where we have to dress up with all the protection gear, like astronauts. And the other is just working in in other regular departments during COVID, which is also different. So we have our masks on, and here it is. So in the beginning, like with a mask, so this is what you see. And as clown, we have all these expressions, we have that, a lot of that. But with the COVID, they don't see it. And we suddenly realized that people were not reacting to us like we were used to. Like I was like, oh, and there was like not so much reaction because they didn't see it. Most of it was gone. So we realized we have to like put a lot of body work into that. Our expressions had to be much bigger, and we had to speak louder because they couldn't hear so well because of all the masks and the fear. When you're so frightened, you don't hear so well. So that was really big. Also, people were like with their heads down. They didn't even greet each other, especially in the beginning, because they were afraid that maybe COVID would attack them suddenly. So they were like, everyone was into himself and into herself. So we really, like clowns, kind of do the opposite. Something needs to be done, they'll do the opposite. Of course, helping medicine, but they'll do the opposite. So if everything's very quiet, we'll bring a little bit of chaos into the situation to move the air a little bit. But if there's a lot of chaos, like COVID-19, wow, a lot of chaos. Not that there was people screaming and no, everything was quiet, but nobody knew what's happening, what to do. Where's this corona going to attack us? Everyone was really, really frightened. So we brought order into that. We really kept at least 2 meters away. I don't know how it is in American. It's not meters, it's feet, right?
6
So
feet
6
apart.
we have different.
Yeah. Okay, I
We
agree
keep
with the metric system too.
Of course, we keep
Makes so much more
at least 2 meters away. We keep sometimes 20 meters away. And we have conversations like that, 20 meters away. And we keep saying, just 2 meters? Oh, we need something like we're 20 meters away, and we shout to the people, are we 2 meters away? Do I need to go back a little bit more? So I even go back, okay, 2 meters now? Woo, okay, hi. And they feel really safe with that. So, so one of the things was to get them to like open up a little bit, pick up their heads, straighten up, say hello. They were not saying hello to each other. People were so afraid of each other because anyone might be the person who would kill me with COVID. It's a really big fear. You don't know who you're going to get it from. And it's really frightening. So people were afraid of each other. They didn't trust each other. So we tried to bring that trust back. And we really worked hard on how to create closeness while keeping distant. How to be close from a distance. And also with our mask, because like I said, I need something to break it. I need a smile or like a mouth, a smile with one black tooth or something creative. I need that. So my husband works in the printing business. He has a printing business, or he has one. And he had time in the beginning of COVID because the work was like going down. And he created these for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you see, I love this one with a black tooth.
And so do you put those on the mask?
So we stick their stickers and we stick them on the mask. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And in the beginning, so Dream Doctors, the office saw these stickers. I took them to my hospital. Now it was for me and my colleagues in the hospital that I work in 2 hospitals. So we just, it really blew our mind. It's like great to have this smile, stupid smile on your mask. And we really loved it. And the hospital teams, the doctors, the nurses, the workers, they really, really loved it. And I sent it to the office, just pictures of us, and said, oh, look at this great idea, just to share it. Didn't think of anything else. And they loved the idea, and they ordered like 600 stickers for every hospital. Wow. For the clowns, and for the clowns to give out to the team members. So that was really great.
That's so
and we
cool.
Still have them. So
I feel like they should make a mask that has a smile in it.
Yeah, but you can't make a huge smile, like weird. Yeah, but yeah, you can make them, of course. But we didn't have those, so it was easier for us to do this. Yeah. And I think people really appreciate, especially in the in the COVID department, they really, really appreciate us coming and talking to them and laughing with them and dancing with them. Like we were in Ziv in one hospital last week, and then there was this, he was, I think, 60-something, around years old, not sure exactly. And he was like, breathing a bit heavily and walking a little bit slow, not breathing so well. And then he saw us and suddenly forgot about the breathing. Everything was fine. And he said, oh, I can stand on my head, a headstand, and I can roll over. And he started standing on his head and doing crazy things. And I said, oh, and we said, wow. And we asked, are you like this all the time? He said, no, this is me. This is a real me. But I had no one to share it with. And he was breathing like, everything was okay. So no, we didn't cure him. Yeah, of course, COVID is there, but he was so happy and he was so much alive that his breathing improved so much. And it was amazing. It was really as if we didn't really know why he was there. he was feeling so great. And then, afterwards, of course, he had to rest, and there's still things to do. He still has to get better. Saturation is still low, but it really, really helped him. And patients are really very lonely in the departments. If they get visitors, most of them don't, but if visitors like family members are allowed to visit them, one a day for 10 minutes. That's it. So they are really, really lonely and really frightened. When was the last time the two of you, like when each of you woke up or any time during the day and thought, wow, I'm so lucky that I can breathe? You don't think that. It's like you take it, obviously, yeah, I can breathe. You don't even think of it. It's just there. Can you imagine waking up and like, the air is not coming, you can't breathe? It's really, really, really frightening. So the people, they are really frightened and lonely. And when the doctors and anyone who comes to treat them comes with all this, like the mask and plastic and suit, and you can hardly recognize him. So we have a picture of ourselves as a clown, like this. I have this picture on me and with my clown name, so they know who I am. And we decorate this with all kinds of stickers, and like we take a glove, a hospital glove, and make a balloon out of it, and it's like on my head, like that, and sometimes on my shoulders. They see, and we have a red nose, so they know that we are clowns. So when the doctors and nurses come, or physiotherapists, whoever comes to treat them, they come, they do what they have to do, and they go out. So they'll come, they do what they have to do, and they go out. They won't like socialize with them. They can't. They have other patients, and they want to be in the department as just as much as needed, not more than that, because it takes like maybe an hour and a half, maybe more, to go to every patient and do what they have to do with every patient. An hour and a half in that suit, you come out drenched, you're really wet. Yeah. And you don't want to be exposed to COVID so much time, although you have that suit on. And then when we come, all we have to do, our role is just to be with the people and talk to them and laugh with them and do crazy things with them. We don't have to, we're not nurses, we're not doctors. We don't have to like physically treat them, do something to them. So we just have the time and the patience, like, okay, here we are. We're here for you. We're here to play. And it just makes wonders, really.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, how your mental state is, it's such an important aspect to how you're physically feeling as well. And yeah, it's just, it should be everywhere. It really should. It seems to have such positive benefits and effects.
Hopefully, yeah, I think it does have really, really positive, a really positive effect on people, on us as well, as I said before.
Are you? Yeah. I have a question, because you exude so much energy and so much positivity. Do you feel that for yourself inside as well?
Yes, of course. I don't think you can do hospital clowning only as an act. Like if you're really not so happy and maybe miserable and upset, and you go to a hospital and you just act as if you're happy, act as if you're clowning. It doesn't come through the same. It doesn't work the same. It's really something that comes from within. So yeah, I have that. This is me. I come with my energy. If I have like if I'm really tired, or hold on, you get there. if I have like, I don't know, I haven't slept well at night, or I have this day that I don't know, I'm not such a sad person altogether, but more happy person. But if, let's say, I'm not in a great mood and I come to hospital and I say like, hello, and I'm no, not such a happy clown, like, hello, yeah, I'm not happy today. Oh, I'm really tired today. Just people start smiling and laughing, and that's it. It's over. I feel so much better. I get so many smiles, so many laughs, and people are so grateful and so happy, and they want us. They call us. Like, we get calls. Like, the department calls me, your patient is here. Like, someone I saw the day before, or maybe the week before, and they ask for the clowns. The patient come to oncology and ask for the clowns. Great.
What's the joke that always works for you for patients?
The joke?
Or like something that you do?
So this is it with hospital clowning. I don't have a show or certain jokes that I always tell. There's some things that maybe, but it's just a thing of making them feel much better as compared, making their situation seem much better as compared to mine. Playing with that always works. Always. And asking them for their help. I always need help from them. So they are really, they feel very meaningful. Because, I need them. I need their help. If I don't know if I can't find like what they are good at, or what I can ask them to help me, I'll ask them to help me with my cell phone. They always know better than me, so that's not a problem.
Wow.
So that's the great thing, that I never know what's going to happen. Never. I don't know. I don't have something that I say that will always work. But I know in each department, I know what happens. So I know, like I know in Corona what happens. I know in the dialysis. I know in oncology. So I can, we can talk about or joke about things like that. So I'll come into the Corona department, and we have this like sometimes, not always, we sing like Corona, 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 and we like really happy, like, Corona, Corona, Corona. We just go wild and singing it loud, and it's really funny. People love that. Or just say really stupid things, but sometimes they're really clever things. And tell the truth. We always we clowns, but we always tell the truth. People are sometimes afraid to say exactly what's happening, and we just come and say it in a stupid way. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. Give me an example.
Oh, an example. Okay. Let's say just sometimes in hospital, or many times, you have to wait for your appointment. Yeah, because things happen, and the examination before took longer than expected, so you'll have to wait longer. So people start complaining. Why do we have to wait so much? And then one starts, and then the second one starts, and then you have this whole row of people complaining. So I come, okay, I'm really sorry, everyone. I'm the one who gave you the appointment, so I'm really not good with time. So sorry, it's my fault. And then they say like, I had a 9:30 appointment and it's already 10:30. So I say like, you should check, is this 9:30 a.m. or p.m.? Yeah. I say, so you're 11 hours early. Woohoo! 11 hours early. Wow. You are such amazing people coming to hospital 11 hours early. Wow. God bless you people. Now, yeah, you should look if it's an AM or PM, always. But it's really stupid to tell someone who's an hour late that you're 11 hours early. Woohoo! Great. So things like that. Yeah, but I'll somehow, I'm telling you the truth, guys. Yeah, we mucked up. We are an hour late, of course. We are an hour late. You are 11 hours early. This is it. Okay. let's talk about it. It could be worse. It could be much worse. You could have another 11 hours to wait. Yeah, it's only an hour. Nonsense, no problem.
What would you say are kind of
That's amazing. Oh,
sorry, I was just gonna ask, what are some like challenges that you face? Because right now it really seems like everything that comes at you, you're able to just kind of turn it around and make it something so amazing.
Challenges. Challenges are if a person is it doesn't happen so much, but if I don't manage to get through to someone, or a challenge is to know exactly how much this person or what this person needs from me, because I don't know. I come there and I have to feel what do they need? Like I have these little antennas. What do they need? How close can I get? Not now in COVID, of course, it's up to 2 meters. And how loud do they need me to be? So the challenge is always to be exactly where they want me to be. And it changes all the time in hospital. Even with one patient, now he's like this. An hour later, he's different. And I think a big challenge for the clown is to know that we are not saving the world. It's not, yeah. Like we'll do our bit, we'll do our share, we'll give whatever we have to give, but it's not on us to save the world and change the world. So that's a big challenge, to stay humble. And
but do you still feel like you really affect people's lives? You make them happier, you make them healthier?
I think we make them mentally healthier, which automatically affects their physical health. Yeah, I'm sure about that. I know about that. I'll give you an example. Like I work in the neonatal intensive care unit, and one of the doctors, a few years ago it was, he he asked me to go and work with one of the women who had a baby, and he was preborn. He was born on week 28 or so, like very, very small, very young. And I walked up to her the first time, and he told me that she's been in there for about 10 days. She had 3 babies and 2 died and only 1 survived, and she was really depressed, and she was not communicating, not talking, not looking at her baby at all. Nothing was happening between her and her baby, and this is really critical for the baby to survive. Really critical. The baby has to hear his mother, feel the love. He really needs this to survive. And they talked to her, they told her everything she had to know. They really talked to her about it, but she was in such a state that nothing made sense. She was really grieving her 2 babies. And anyway, so I walked up to her, and I don't know, like as if I didn't know anything. I said, "Oh, hello, ooh, nice meeting you here. Wow, I love your dress." And I just went on babbling, and she burst out crying. And I said, "Oh no, what did I do? It's really bad." I said, okay. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow. And I walked out. And then the next day I came back in again. And I walked up to her and I said, very carefully, hello. And I said, "Look, can we make this an agreement that when I come, you don't cry, because it's really not good for my profession. I mean, maybe they'll kick me out of work. So it's okay if you cry later or before. So let's say from 10 to 10:30, you don't cry. Will that be okay? Whenever I'm near you, you don't cry." And she started laughing, and she said, no, it's great. I'm really, really happy that you came." And she said, "Until you came, I was so shocked from the whole situation, and I was not connecting with my feelings at all. And I was not connecting to the baby. And then when you came, I don't know what you did. I also don't know what I did yet. But she said, "I don't know what you did, but suddenly everything like, ooh, came out, and I started crying like crazy, and I cried for a few hours, and wow, I felt so much better. And ever since, I've been smiling. So she started connecting to her baby. And then that same doctor would send me every time to specific ladies, mothers who were a little bit depressed or worried. And we just had a great time, because when I come, I'm not looking for what is the problem, what is not working. I'm looking for what is working. What is good about them? What is funny about them? What is working? What are they doing very well? What is healthy about them? And I'll connect to that and try to make that bigger. So I didn't get the unhealthy, the non-healthy part. I got the healthy part. And we really had we had good laughs, and we had like great interactions. And then after a while, I asked the doctor, how come you send me to those women and not to others? He said, well, I actually sent you to women who had no milk. And then after you started working with them, they had milk.
Wow.
So if you ask if we help them, their health, I think yes.
That's so amazing.
Wow.
No, it's. I think you provide more impact than you think, and and I think you do know how much you affect others, and it's.
I'm not sure that sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we meet people and we are with them for maybe 10, 15 minutes, and that's it. We're just like an outpatient clinic or whatever, and then we don't meet them again for some time, or we never meet them again, and then someone else comes and we hear that we were so amazing for this person and really changed the whole situation for them, and like, wow, we never know how much or how we affect their lives. But yeah, we feel it happening, but we don't really know. We don't really know.
Wow. I mean, it's so amazing. And like, I've been in hospitals before, and just seeing that kind of environment and the mood there, and just imagining everything that you've been telling us in that environment, it's so perfect and really is so amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks. I said it's amazing for me as well. It really is. It's not obvious. Like, I don't take it like for granted that this is what's gonna happen. It's every day. It's exciting and amazing for me every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm like knitting, or maybe I'm unhappy or not in a good mood, then my husband says, you know what, go to the hospital, relax, come back happy. Yeah.
Well, I think that's all the questions that we have for you.
Good.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you also, and good luck in your year in Israel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Sharon, will you send this, or I don't know how I'll manage to send
Yes. I was just gonna conclude and just say, thank you for making us laugh today too. I think this was an amazing start to my day. So
Ready.
I know I'll have a great day.
An amazing end to mine.
Yeah. Good. Thank you also. Thank you too.
All right.